My interest in photography is initiated by one observation that I made during a trip. That's a trip to a grassland, really famous in China, and it's really beautiful. It's really gorgeous. Well, it's around May, so it's basically green everywhere. So you can imagine those kind of scenes, shepherds, horses, all that kind of stuff. But sadly, I discovered that my camera didn't capture what I saw or what I thought I saw. So that's how I started to pay attention in photography. So I bought this camera. It's Canon 50D. It's a single lens camera, which I still use it today. And I talked to my classmate who is really big fan in photography, and we just discover and share like like camera skills, if I can put it that way. And we took pictures like during weekend around the city, focus on landscapes, city scenes, starting from some basic stuff, and and that's how I started my days in photography.
Well, my father is an influential figure in my life, and he's also the reason I love photography. He had his own first film camera in late 1990s, and he continued to invest in photography. So I kind of grew up with photo gears. I had my first photo camera in high school, and I went to island Thailand that summer with my Nikon. It was a little digital single lens camera. I found myself enjoying taking photos, pressing shutters, and I took tons of pictures, which I thought was great, but now I think it was just a piece of crap. Anyway, I was happy when I took those photos, and I love photography. And now with my updated equipment and more experience, I'm able to create more photos that I'm proud of.
So I've always been interested in photography, and I really like taking pictures and photographs of a lot of things that I like. And I usually have my camera with me that I carry around to take pictures. So yeah, I've always been interested. Nothing specific really led to it, but yeah, that's how it happened. Mhm.
Um, I travel a lot, and for example, this summer I went to Italy, Greece, and Spain. I published some of my travel photos when I came back, and some of them are available to purchase in the photography community. And also, I showcase numbers of my best works in galleries and exhibition.
Um, I, as I mentioned before, I started off from basic stuff like landscape, city scenes, and later on I developed into interior subjects like and some setup scenes like a lamp, a pile of books, a candle, some food, and yeah, especially like the pastry my mom baked, like some Chinese traditional pastries and some family parties. And right now, I focus on figures, on people in my works, and that is something hard to try, but it's worth to try. Yeah. Intern.
Yeah, so
Oh, my
you can
my
just
yeah. I interned at this magazine called P1, and it's really famous in China because it captures all that kind of fashionista around major cities in China. So as an intern photographer, I I discover people and picture people who are who have that good fashion taste. So that's right now I kind of focus on portraying people like that right now.
I've always been a part of the photography club in high school and in the university, but I haven't really showcased it anywhere just because I take pictures more for myself than for anything. So yeah, I do have an album and I do have a few photographs printed at home, but I've never really showcased it online or anywhere else. So it's mostly just for myself.
Mhm.
Mm, uh, Photography is a powerful way to express oneself. Photographer Photographers deliver their thoughts, values, aesthetics, and styles through the photo they took. And my photo serves the same purpose. Uh, my interest, my interest is the relationship between space and time and how it can be expressed in images. So I love symmetrical composition and super long exposure photography. And those are the things that I want to communicate with others. And I had a chance to convey my message when either I sell my photos online or showcase my photos in galleries.
Well, personally, I feel like photography is a really good way, nearly perfect for me to communicate with other people because I feel like I'm a kind of person who tend to think visually instead of like or graphically or instead of like just like reading or stuff. Because when I take notes in class, I tend to draw a diagram to let my mind flow better. So you can see that photography is easier for me in a way to represent the world as I see. So it's really good for me, and it's also interesting to see what people have to say about my work, and that's just like a communicative interactive process, and I feel like it's really interesting.
I think photography is a great way to give your own perspective to the existing events or the existing situation. And I feel like that is one of the main reasons why I take pictures, just because you can show the same event or the same thing in a number of different ways, like by taking different kinds of pictures with different angles, different, like, exposures and stuff. So yeah, I feel like that is one of the main reasons why I take pictures. And it's not really that specific, but yeah, it just helps you give your own perspective to things.
Um, well, I'd say social networks and smartphones enables people to record their personal life and share with others in a faster and more convenient way than ever before. And I would say, yeah, it can still call the photo data to post out people to post out on the social networks as photography, but they definitely change people's fundamental understanding of photography as well, because you say photography is no longer something that only artists or professional can do. Nowadays, everyone can create some high quality photos with their smartphones or um, cheap camera, and everyone's accessible to photography now. So I think what is different now is that everybody's photographer.
So yes, some of them can be considered good photographs, but most of them are usually just random pictures taken of, like, really random things. But yes, I feel like a few people do manage to really get involved and do manage to take some really amazing photographs, but that's a very small percentage, and most of the pictures are just regular pictures, and I wouldn't consider them great photographs.
It's a hard question because photography is something that is hard to define and is really open to everyone's own opinion and idea. It's just like fashion and architecture, they're all very hard to define. But for me, I feel like those kind of pictures are photography because they have involved people's efforts in it. Like people will think about its composition, think about the design, think about the color, all that kind of stuff. So when you have like when you're consciously and intentionally to manipulate your picture, and I feel like that's photography in a way. But I know how that concept can get blurred because these kind of pictures used in mass media always are forged for a purpose or a need, like either for advertisement or poster or any way, any sense in that way. So I can understand, but to me it's still like photography because we can't deny they are beautiful. They are effective in communicating their basic needs and basic purposes, and they have efforts in it. And yeah, I feel like they are photography.